Okay, we'll chant prayers. Can you repeat? Okay, Prabhuji has come. Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry for I was in another class.
You are on time completely. I just before time to just set the seat. Is it the network is clear, bro?
Your voice low. Little low voice. Otherwise, network is clear.
Voice is low. Okay, yes. Is it better now, bro?
Still lower, Prabhu.
Low only?
Yeah.
Krishna. Is this better?
Better, Prabhu.
Okay. So we'll go with this. Okay. So Prabhu will just chant some prayers then.
Sure.
Om Gyantimirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratushe Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kant Radha Kant Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So welcome to all of you, and I thank you all for coming and allowing me to serve you in some way. So last time we had a session on the power of sound and seeing different types of sounds, and then what way we can make the best utilization of this power of sound. And I had given you one homework, or rather some kind of a self-introspection on your exposure to sounds. So did any of you try to do that? Did any of you try? Okay. Sri Prahlad Prabhu tried. Anyone else? Okay, Chaitanya Prabhu also tried. Very nice. Haribol. Great. So can I hear something from what you learned, what you got from that?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Chaitanya Prabhu.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Actually, right now my exams are going on, so half the time I'm busy with that. But when I get little free time, I try to listen to a few kirtans or little Gaurava Prabhu's lectures. But half the time I'm busy in exams, so that's where I'm just.
Wonderful. Thank you. So that means you try to utilize whatever time you get from your duties to expose yourself to very spiritual sounds that can make you a better person. So what was your experience?
Good experience.
Okay, something more qualifying than that? Yeah. Okay, so thank you, Chaitanya Prabhu. Shri Prahlad Prabhu, you want to share something?
Prabhuji, like whenever I feel like whenever I do some household work, when I do like when I do something, I hear the lectures, and it gives me lots of knowledge, and I also feel a little bit very very peaceful. And also I have started controlling or like introspecting on what I hear, and I have cut down on many things. So I'm very happy.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Shipula Prabhu. So you very sincerely tried to apply the previous session. And that's what actually we are anyway doing our daily chores. Like someone is, we are taking bath, we are taking, we are brooming our room. But if we are always exposed to positive sounds along with that, that itself can make a lot of difference to our overall existence. And as he rightly said, it makes us peaceful because we see the world at a deeper level. Actually, the transcendental sounds have the power to take us above the world and see things. Like you have seen how in an airplane when we are going, so if you see on the runway, then the big buildings look so big. But when you go way up in the sky, then all those big buildings become like matchboxes. So similarly, when we are actually on the mundane plane of vision, then we see problems like big problems. Because in the mundane world, we see things in our own relative frame. But when we get connected to Krishna, Krishna can see things beyond the small nitty-gritties of the time. Like he takes us in the eternal realm. And then the things of this world become very small, and we can act in a more positive way, in a more peaceful way. We don't become agitated by the slight provocative situations of this world. And that makes us actually do things in a much more sane way, in a much more proper clarity of long-term welfare. So thank you very much, Shivalat Prabhu Chatan. Anyone else try to do something, some exercise? Anyone? Okay. So thank you for your desire to hear again. Today, okay, our Parikshit was raising hand. Yes, Parikshit, you want to say something? Yes.
My 11th grade started, and when I'm doing my notes, I just hear a few kirtans during the time when I'm doing my homework. And yeah, Prahlad said it made me very peaceful.
Thank you. Very nice. I just hope when you are doing your homework, if you hear kirtan, you're focusing on your homework also, because sometimes when we are in two things, we may be sometimes not so focused. So I just pray that you are able to do that also. Otherwise, you can do hearing of kirtans in times when you're not doing such a focused activity like studies. So sometimes it's good to do it together, but sometimes we have to see that what we are doing as a prime activity of duty, we have to focus on it. So that way. Thank you, Parikshit Prabhu, for your effort. Hari. So today we will take another very valuable subject, which I believe you must all be very, you will be benefited by. So how many of you feel you want to do something in this world that will make a difference to this world? How many of you want to do something hatke, something which is going to change the world? Not just the ordinary. I don't want to be just one of the people. I want to make something happen. I want to take up a challenge. Okay, Shri Prahlad is raising hand. You can all raise your electronic hand or your physical hand, whatever. Some of you have not switched on your videos, so I may not be able to see your physical hand. If you switch on your videos, I can see your lotus faces also and become more enthused. So Mukund Maripur is saying he's going to be a changer. He's already changing all of our lives, by being such a positive person in our lives. He is so much helping us. So
I don't know I can do, but at least I want to be an instrument by connecting to with great devotees like yourself.
Prabhu is so sincerely taking care of this whole program. I was amazed how meticulously he's taking care of it. And he's also bringing you all the way to India for this. So I'm very, very grateful for his effort. You're all the future of tomorrow. And Mukund Maripu has such a heart to see that all of you get the best for your life. So yes, coming back to our question. So how many of you want to do something which is like, let me make a difference to this world?
Raise your hands, electronic hands.
Okay, Shri Prahlad Prabhu, Piyush Prabhu, what others are thinking. I don't want to make a difference. Let me just go back into the, you know, like it's cycle of birth and death anyway. So I can't make a difference so much. You know, I'm a small person. Maybe that you're very humble people. But actually, Srila Prabhupada loved people who want to make a change. Prabhupada liked such people. Yeah. So
You may not at present know how to do it, but if you wish, you raise your hand.
your desire is first the most important. That's what I'm trying to understand. Yeah. Yes. Sri Ram Prabhu, Devesh Prabhu. Yes, everyone. Let me see each hand up. Otherwise, I will have to give a motivational seminar. So, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, you see, if we are a youth, if we are young people, we should have such a desire. We should have a desire to do something wonderful for this world. And if we feel like, okay, I'm done with whatever I had to do now, that is for oldies, you know. We are young fellows. We should try to do something for the world. The world looks up to us to do something wonderful, right? And each of you have great talent, great energy, and most importantly, a desire, you know. So, you know, when we want to do something wonderful for this world, something, you know, we want to take up a challenge in our life. So there can be many types of challenges many people take, you know. So there are many people who take very detrimental challenges which do not do good to themselves only, you know. You know? But forget about the world. Like someone says, "Arey, if you have guts, smoke karke dikha." You know, if you have guts, can you smoke a cigarette? Arey, you are not a man, you know. You can't smoke a cigarette also. Be a man, you know. So people think that by smoking they're a man, you know. But it doesn't take it doesn't take too much to smoke, you know. Anyone can smoke. So people sometimes do things like they say it's cool, but smoking is hot actually. Huh? And it burns the lungs of that fellow also and troubles others also. So there is nothing cool about it and there is nothing manly about it also. No. But people make such comments because in order to get they want to get over their guilt of trying to smoke and, you know, drink and do something which is very harmful and still try to say that I am actually something wonderful. So it's nothing great to do all this stuff, you know. And I don't know in your class what your standards are, but usually as the people turn to teens, there are many. There is a desire to have freedom, right? How many of you feel that all the teens look forward to have freedom? You know? Freedom. My parents should not tell me what to do. Let me see what, you know. Many students, as they move towards teens, they have that desire. You don't have to be shy. I'm like your friend, huh? Mukund Maripu can close his eyes if he will report to your parents. Don't worry. And I'm not going to anyway tell your parents. I don't know your parents. So we all have some desire to have some freedom. I want to express myself. That's nothing wrong also, actually. Because every one of us is an individual. And we have been gifted by God to do something wonderful. And
oh, sorry to interrupt. You have recording, Prabhu?
Yeah, it's going on now. Yes. Yes. So that's also wonderful. We want to do something wonderful, something challenging, something different for this world, and we want freedom to do that also. But when the freedom is misutilized, as like I shared with you, people go for smoking, drinking, you know, free mixing with girls, just, you know, whatever way they can enjoy. So all that actually causes a lot of long-term, very detrimental, very degrading things to their own existence, which they do not realize in the short run, because the impulsive enjoyment which comes from that just makes them feel like, Jai, I'm on the top of the world, you know. But from the top of the world, they really go out of the world, not by going to the Vaikuntha planets, but they die, you know. You know? They die very soon, so they go out of the body. Yeah. So, like, you know, in drugs, Like if your consciousness is here, so if you take drugs, so there is a kick which one experiences in the psychological in the psych. It's called psychotherapeutic drugs. So you feel like you got high, but when you actually get out of the drug, then it goes so down that you are below the normal. And then to come to the normal, you have to take drug. But they don't want to come to normal now. So they have to take more drug to go to the high that they experienced. And then they come down to a level which is much less lower than where they were earlier also. So that means to come back to normal, they need to take even more drug. And like that, the drug saps away their basic energy level also, actually. And they become completely slave of that drug to remain in this world, actually. And they don't remain in this world because the drug pulls them out completely and they die. So many youngsters, I don't know in your schools, is it there, Prabhu? You can, I don't know your
Yes,
Middle
Prabhuji,
East.
yes.
Is there?
Prabhuji, there is like electronic smoking and all that some people do in school.
Electronic smoking. Oh my God.
Vaping.
Like a machine, yeah.
Oh.
Something called e-cigarette.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
Actually,
machine which produces like smoke.
see, my dear, friends, I have been into youth preaching for the last 20 years now.
Wow.
I think most of you must be 20 years or something like that, or lesser than that. So for last 20 years, I've been seeing youth, and youth have a great energy, but I see so much of it getting misutilized. I've been in IIT. In IITs, most of the most intelligent students of India come. But within 1 year, most of them land up in such detrimental habits that after that, they think that they are actually getting freedom, but they get lost. Some of them become even lost to such a degree that they don't pass out of IIT. They just get lost, actually. Some of them commit suicide. You have heard of suicides? Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Nowadays in India, I don't know about Middle East, but in India, every college there is suicide, actually. Sometimes because of some heartbreak, sometimes because of getting too much peer pressure. So people are taking challenges in their life, but then their challenges like, if I can get a girlfriend in my life, and then after that girlfriend ditches them because she gets a better boyfriend, they're gone. So many suicides, actually. So my heart breaks to see that the youth's most vital energy is getting lost in such a flimsy way, actually. They just don't know the value of life. So I will show you one video of His Holiness Shivram Maharaj. It's just a few minutes video, and then we'll go ahead. Okay? So just a minute.
Forms of life. Aristotle called humans.
Okay.
What makes us different?
Are you able to hear?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Please hear carefully.
What makes us different? I mean, what makes human beings different from other forms of life? Aristotle called humans rational animals, but Bertrand Russell said he hadn't come across many rational humans. And other thinkers have other opinions on what sets humans apart from other species. The Vedas and Vedic seers explain that humans have individual willpower, whereas animals have species-related instinct. With will, humans can change their fate, whereas with instinct, animals can't. For example, humans didn't like being in the dark, so they invented electricity. Humans found horse carriages too slow, so we made horseless carriages. Humans wanted to fly, so they made airplanes. Humans changed the way that they lived, but animals didn't. Animals live the same way that they have always lived. They have no ability to change their fate. And in one sense, that's not bad, because animals aren't the ones making a mess of the world. It's we humans. Humans invented atom bombs so we can kill each other many times over. Humans invented plastics with which we're destroying the environment. Humans created progress. at the cost of stress, psychiatrists, factories, and abortion. And the end result is that we are proving to be worse than animals. We've made life unsustainable. We're using our rationality for economic development and sense gratification, not self-development and liberation. Human form of life is rare in that we can use our free will to rise above the animal functions of eating, sleeping, mating, defending. We may be progressive and dominant in these animal functions, but if we don't know who we are, if we're not on the path to self-realization, then we're no better than two-legged animals. It's time for humanity to change course, change how we use our will, and the choice is up to each and every one of us before it's too late and we destroy our planet and ourselves. Real smart, aren't we?
Hare Krishna. Could you hear it clearly?
Yes,
Was it understandable? Or should I play it once more?
yes, sir. Yes, Prabhuji, understand.
Okay, good. So what did you catch from the video? Let me hear from you all. Piyush Prabhu, yes.
Prabhuji, I realize like we will be considered rational humans only if we rise above animal functions, like the four animal functions, and only if we try to figure out who we are and why we are here, and we try to go back to God.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Piyush Prabhu. Something else also? Anyone else? Anand
Prabhu,
Prabhu?
though,
Okay. Who was speaking? Shri Prahlad Prabhu?
Prabhu, though the human beings have a rationality, as that writer told, but we are using the rationality for sense gratification and economic development, but not for the proper utilization for like coming out of the cycle of birth and death.
He said
They are not using that.
he shared self-development and liberation. No? Yeah. Instead of self-development and liberation, we are doing economic development and sense gratification. Yes, thank you, Shipla. So you want to say something further from there?
No, Prabhu.
Yeah, very beautiful point. So we are not using a rational for the right cause. Yeah. What else? Anand Prabhu?
Prabhuji, how we humans we are the ones who are destroying the earth for our own gain, and how animals have been living the same simple life for basically from starting of earth, and some humans blame animals and all for the cause of earth destruction. But since animals have been living for so long, and not, the earth has been fine, but the earth has only been destroyed after we humans have.
Thank you, Anand Prabhu.
So for our own gain.
Yeah. So humans have a special ability to use our free will in a way that we choose. But if we choose to use our free will in wrong ways, then we actually create a more troublesome situation for the planet. And that was what has been happening. So, there is one environmentalist, Dr. E.O. Wilson. So he said that if you remove one species from this planet, the whole ecological balance will get properly restored. You know which species? Huh?
Humans, Prabhu.
Yeah, humans. So are we doing anything good in this world? So people may say that we are advancing, we're progressing. So if our progress is such that we are making a mess out of this world, as Maharaj was sharing. So what have we done? So we may say that we have taken challenges. We're doing something to make this world a better place. But what is going to make this world a better place should be first understood. Otherwise, we are making more of a mess, right? If we see most of the human beings, if you ask the same question like what I asked you, that we should make some difference to this world. So everyone is trying to make a difference to this world, but when they're trying to make the difference because they don't have the wisdom of what is actually their duty, how they can make a difference to this world, so they may make a mess of this world. Animals are also there, but they are peacefully going on with their life. So they don't change the world. They just remain in the world as per their instincts. They just remain. But humans have a special way to deal with this world. And that special way also comes with responsibility. That means we have got free will. We have a choice to make how we want to make this world a different place. Now it is up to us whether we make it a better place or a worse place to live. So, in how many of you saw that in COVID period, because everyone locked down, many of the things many of the environmental things became restored actually.
Yes, I believe like a river, like dolphins and all started swimming back after like years of no dolphins being sighted. Like
Yeah.
in lockdown time, so many dolphins started coming near the lakes and the rivers.
Yeah. Even in our temple, I saw there were so many birds, the birds which I had never seen for so many years. In my childhood, I used to see, because that time, there was less pollution and less commotion of the humans. But as the years passed by, I stopped seeing some of the birds. But when there was lockdown, so we were locked. So one picture was there in newspaper. It was showing that earlier animals were in the zoo and the humans were seeing from outside, and now we were in the zoo and they were seeing from outside. Ha ha ha. So actually we are making a mess. So when we try to embark on this idea that I want to do something wonderful in my life, then there should be two very important things to take care, that it really benefits me, not become detrimental, like I mentioned you, situations like smoking, drinking, and free mixing and all. That is the first. And the second, it should bring something wonderful for this world. It should bring some constructive change in this world, not detrimental change. Good for oneself, good for others. Are you all with me on this? Is it right that we should at least come to this basic foundational value before we make any attempt to do something wonderful? How many of you are with me on that? Okay. Shri Prahlad Prabhu, Devesh Prabhu, Satvik Prabhu, Sri Ram Prabhu, Damodar Prabhu, Chaitanya Prabhu, Rishikesh Prabhu, everyone. Okay. Jai Anand Prabhu. Thank you. So all of you are with me on that. So 2 conditions. Who will repeat the 2 conditions we have to make? First, we have decided we want to do something for this world. Second thing we learned is we want to do something with 2 conditions. What are those 2 conditions? We have to ensure 2 things. Anyone? I just mentioned, for which you raised the hand. What are the
first condition? We should do things that are constructive for the world and society.
Okay. And what is the other one?
Should be also constructive for ourselves.
Very good. So we should not degrade ourselves. We should not degrade this world. Both the things should be avoided. We should do something really positive for ourselves, self-development, and it should also help the world. Chanakya said one beautiful statement: "Sannimitte varam tyago vinashe niyate sati." He says, "Sannimitte varam tyago vinashe niyate sati" means that there will be destruction of this body. But before this body gets destroyed, let us do something wonderful. And what is that wonderful? Sannimitte. Let something be really wonderful. Sat. Sat means eternal, or something which is aligned with the absolute truth. So sannimitte varam tyago. May this body, let us utilize it for something which is going to become a good offering before we leave this body. Anyway, we leave this body. So in this world, many people are trying to attempt to conquer this world, become the leaders of this world, but they become leaders in ways which they do not become happy for in the end of the day. I'll show you one short video again. So this is a video of Alexander the Great. What are the 3 last wishes that Alexander made? Okay. So he made 3 wishes. What were the 3 wishes Alexander made? Piyush Prabhu will make. Yes, Piyush Prabhu.
The first wish was that only the best doctor should carry the coffin. The second wish was that all the bells should be scattered on the road which is leading to the burial ground. And the third was that the hands should be swinging outside the coffin freely.
Brilliant. You're very attentive. Thank you, Prabhu. So he made these 3 wishes. You know, Alexander was such a powerful personality. In a very young age, he conquered practically from Europe to Asia. You know, he was like Alexander means he would only conquer. Wherever he would go, he will conquer. He was very, very powerful. You can read about him if you want to in the history, or you can Google about him. So he was such a powerful person. But when he actually met with a disease, then no one was able to cure him. And despite all the land that he had conquered, he had to finally land in a 2 cross 5 feet, coffin. And that can be as precious as you want, but it will finally be on the earth, in the earth. So he understood that actually this all endeavor is not the most important. There has to be something more deeper to life. And time of human life is precious because it just goes away. So human life has got something temporary, which is time. I've got only human life for finite time. But we heard from His Holiness Shivram Maharaj how we have got something very amazing, which is a free will, which the animals do not have. So we can make something special happen in this human life. And we should not do something which is detrimental, of course, for ourselves or for the world. Plus, we should not think of just making some attempts which will be temporary and just land up just like Alexander. So, if these are the conclusions, we should recite one verse of Shri Prahlad Maharaj, I should say. He made a very important statement. So, we will read that verse and then we will share. So, I'll share screen for you. Can you see my share screen?
Yes, bro.
Yes.
Make it a little bigger. So please repeat after me. Shri Praraduvacha
Shri
Prahlad
Kaumara Acharet Pragyo
Kaumaranacharet Prajño
Dharman Bhagvataniha
Dharman Bhagavataniha
Durlabham Manusham Janma
Durlabham Janma
Tadapi Adruvam Arthadam.
Tadapi Adruvam Arthadam.
So he's a very beautiful, this is a shloka which he spoke to his friends in the school. He was actually in the school of Shanda Amarka, where everyone was just trying to have a best understanding of how to do economic development and enjoy the senses. But Prahlad was so intelligent, he shared with his friends that, my dear friends, let us please understand what is the value of human form of life. So he said, Durlabham Manusham Janma. This Manushya Janma, this human life is Durlabh. It is very rare. Can anyone share how many species of life are there according to Vedic text? Anyone knows how many species of life? Okay, I'll share. Okay, maybe you're raising hand, I'm not seeing.
8 lakh, 84 lakh.
Right. 84 lakh species. So 84 lakh species, these are 84 lakh species of consciousness. Because among 84 lakh, there are 4 lakh human species. In human species also, you will see various species. So there are people who are acting like animals. There are people who are acting like humans. And there are people who are divine. So there are 3 types of human beings. Humans in animal consciousness, humans in human consciousness, and humans in divine consciousness. So when Shivram Maharaj was, so in the Vedic text, in the Vedic text, there is a verse which says Dvipad. Dvipad Pashu means two-legged animal. So who is it calling Dvipad Pashu? Kangaroo. It's not for the kangaroo. Who is he labeling Dvipad Pashu? Pashu means animal.
Human being.
Human being, yeah. So they are walking on two legs, but they act like animals. They walk for their instincts only. Just whatever the senses say, enjoy, chalo yaar, enjoy. You know, eating, sleeping, meditating, defending, yeah, enjoy. You know, so these things are like animals only. So two-legged animal. That means we are walking on two legs. We have a human body, but we have not utilized it for human purpose. We have utilized it for animal purpose. Like if a friend of ours is having a farm, and you see poor fellow, he's not having something nice car, and you give him Mercedes Benz, and this fellow thinks, oh, let me use it like a tractor. He puts a that kind of a machine behind the Mercedes Benz. Plow, yeah, correct. Plow behind the Mercedes Benz and out on the field. And after 1 month you come and you see your Mercedes Benz has become really a tractor. Then you say, I could have given you a tractor. I gave you Mercedes Benz, Baba. So when we underutilize our human life to act on the animal platform, this is the situation. So Lord says, then better you take an animal body only. So this is underutilization of human life.
I just read in the internet, somebody spent 12 lakhs of rupees because he want to look like a dog.
So, yeah, see, so people are really working very hard to become a Dvipad Pashu. They're really working hard. They're not just casually going towards it. They're just working so hard. Like people get up in they sleep in the day and they remain awake in the night. So which bird is famous for that? There's one bird. Owl. So better take an owl body. Why to do it in human life? And someone says, I want to, eat a lot. Then what should Lord give him? In human body, you can't eat so much, right?
Elephant.
Better be an elephant. If someone says, "Arey, सारी जिंदगी सोने के लिए बनाई गई है, बस sleep, let's sleep, enjoy. Sleep is life." So then, which body?
Polar bear.
Bear. Polar bear, it can sleep for 6 months. इतना सोने के लिए भी शक्ति चाहिए, You can't sleep so much. You try to sleep so much, you can't sleep. So human body is not for sleeping purpose also. But there are people in my college days, there was one fellow who would sleep on Friday, get up on Sunday. Quite a caliber, right? So they want to sleep a lot. So this is misutilization. Some fellow says, enjoy sex life, Papa, that is life for, But pigeons can enjoy 12 times in an hour actually. So all this is not what human life is for, Human life is, okay, these things may be done in a regulated manner, but then more than that, we should do something better. So these are human beings in animal consciousness, Dvipad Pashu. So when we do activities, which actually we are, like someone says, I'm a very educated man. Sir, by being educated, what should we get? Is it that, we wear suit, boot, coat, tie, so we become educated? No. Imagine you make a dog wear a suit, boot, coat, tie, and still he will run after the she dog, So it doesn't make him really educated, So the quality of one's consciousness makes a person a human being. So human beings in animal consciousness. So within the 84 lakh species, Manusham Durlabham Manusham Janma, he said, no? So the Manushya Janam is very rare because only 4 lakh out of 84 lakh. And in that, he's taking the lower category of the human species. So, but he's saying two more words, Adruvam and Arthadam. Adruvam means it's temporary. Like Alexander said, I wasted my life, Papa. All what I accumulated, it went into drain. So This is also not useful. So let us not live animal life. Let us not live something for the temporary. San nimitte varun tyago. Let us do something for the eternal good, for oneself and for others. And artadam. Prahlad also said that, sir, don't just think that it is temporary, but it is very useful. You can make the best out of it. It is very, very important in life. You've got a free will. You can get out of this cycle of birth and death. Oh my God, such a powerful thing. Because imagine after this body, like most of you are already 15, at least 15. So 15 years are done, but you still have maybe, at least I can say 60, 70 years with you. So Prabhus, you have a great time. You have so much of opportunity. Many people at the fag end of their life, they think, "Arey yaar, zindagi kharab kar diya hai na." So let us live every day of our life in such a way that we feel proud of ourselves that we did something wonderful. No? Arthadam. Arthadam means something really worthy, valuable. No? So human life is rare, temporary, and valuable. Rare, what is the word used?
Durlabam.
Durlabam. And temporary?
Artadam.
No, Adruvam. Adruvam means, Dhruva means, see, Dhruv Maharaj was very fixed in his vow, right? Adruvam means which is tottering. So human life is aaj hai, kal nahi hai, you know. Like COVID took away so many fellows, you know. They thought apna to zindagi abhi lamba hai, you know. I will live a long life. But when we will leave the body, we don't know. So Adruvam. And Arthadam, it is also very valuable. So rare, temporary, but valuable. So anyone who gets a rare gift and for a short time, we should make the best out of it for that time. So coming further to the point of human beings in human consciousness and human beings in divine consciousness. So human beings in human consciousness basically deal with this world in a very sane way. They live a very pious life. That is called human consciousness. They don't misutilize their free will to go back to animal type of existence, but they try to act as human beings should act according to the Vedic paradigm of life. They try to act in appropriate ways. For example, a man may get married to a woman instead of just freely mixing with girls. That's called human consciousness. So this is normal. But human beings in divine consciousness means those who try to use this free will to not just move back into the cycle of birth and death, because even a human being in human consciousness lives his life and then he goes back to the animal life. So, but he walks the journey of human beings in divine consciousness, means he elevates his consciousness to go to a evolved state of existence to become a divine person, that is a person of the spiritual world. Like we talked last time about chanting of the holy name. So that makes us a human being in divine consciousness. So that is actually the greatest challenge a person can take in this life, to become a human being in divine consciousness. And to give this to the world also, because all other human beings also have the same mission. So to give the others also this chance of becoming human beings in divine consciousness is the greatest offering to them also. So as we personally experience the joy of elevating our consciousness, we will feel like giving the same cure to others, because that is the power we receive by chanting the holy name. So in this world, when we want to do something wonderful, we should first of all introspect what is that wonderful thing. And then we should embark on that challenge as a fixed, determined effort. We should surely do something wonderful for this world, but let us try to introspect what is good for this world and what is good for us, and not do detrimental things, not do just some ordinary things which go away with this body, but do something wonderful that will last forever. So I'll just tell you one short story and ask you the lessons, and then we'll open for questions. So there was one man, and he was on the ship, and his ship wrecked on an island, some kind of a desolate island, and there was hardly there was some, of course, trees and all over there, but he was just thinking, I'm alone, there's no humans. But then he saw some fellows are coming. and they were all like tribes, So and they were like with all these spears and all some kind of weapons, and he thought, today though they are going to kill me. But then they came in front of him and they said, "You are our king, you are our king." And he said, "Oh, really?" And they put him up on some nice, some kind of a palki, and they were, "Long live our king," and all that. And they were like so happy. And he was thinking, maybe it was finally not a bad choice to wreck. My ship wrecked, but now I'm the king of this island. Wow, what a gala time. And then they gave him nice foodstuffs to eat, and everything was going great. He thought, amazing, And then, one question dawned upon his heart. He thought, well, I am the king, but what happened to the previous king? So then he asked his ministers, "Sir, what about the previous king? Where is he?" He said, "Oh, you don't know? Every year, whoever becomes the king, we throw him on another island, which is like a desert, and they die there, because they don't get anything to eat. And then whoever next comes on the island by, nature's law, someone wrecks his ship. So we give him the kingship." He said, "Really? Is that the case? So that means after 1 year, I'm going to be the same. After this 1 year, you're going to put me on that." Yeah, obviously. You enjoy now. So he said, "Oh my God, this is something important." So what he did, he told his military, "Oh, my dear military, now you should go on that island and put up nice palaces, put up nice farms, agriculture should be there, marketplaces should grow, everything." And then this he did for whole 1 year. He was setting up that island. And then at the end of the year, these fellows threw him on that island. And then he lived very happily there as a king of that island. So the story is short, but what is the very vital lesson? Who would like to share? Let's see who can make it.
You make use of, make use of the best bargain.
Okay, yeah. You share something more on that? Okay,
it's like he got a warning. He got a warning like very advanced, like very long before, so he could like prepare himself for the situation where when it comes, so that he could so that he doesn't face problem. Like when they told that after every 1 year we throw the king and they die, that guy just thought like, okay, they're gonna throw me, I have like a year's time, I can survive. So they decided, okay, I'll just do this, and that's how he survived. So we have to take the advantage of the time we have.
Okay, thank you, Arnab Bro. Very nice. I would like to hear something more. Let's take one or two more. Anyone? How do you connect it to what discussion we had just before this? Anyone would like to share some thoughts?
So we have to utilize whatever we have to for our proper survival, not simply enjoy. We should also think of our future.
Okay. Yes. So
previous kings also had the same opportunity, but they did not use.
Very good. Okay. One thing I want to hear. Let me see whether you connect to what I shared in the previous
Prabhuji,
session.
we should make use of our things for our future.
Okay. Yeah. So what is? I shared something about human life, and then how do you connect this story and the human life?
We should use our free will for our own good.
Yeah, very good. So what is that 1 year's period like?
Life, our human life.
Yeah, it's like in human life. And all these people who were making him, be great and look great. So who are they like?
Maya?
No, they're not like Maya, but they're all our friends and relatives, and who make us feel so special in this world. Right? So that's good. they're not wrong. Wrong on it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Prabhuji, can you speak?
Yes, Deveshpu.
Prabhuji, I think when we are living, we have to prepare to go to Goloka. Like we have to prepare.
Deveshpu, your voice is not coming clear. Please forgive me.
Prabhuji, now can you hear?
We are better.
Prabhuji, for when we are living in this human world, according to that story, we have to prepare to go to Goloka.
Very nice. When we are living in this world, we should also prepare to go back to Goloka. Yeah. So, you see, a person who is intelligent, he understands that all the people in this world are trying to help me live a good life, but I should utilize also this life for making a better future in the next life, not just go back into the cycle of birth and death. So it is good to live a good life in this world. There is nothing denial about that, but not at the cost of let's enjoy this life and then not do that with it. Just enjoy this life with a blind fold to what future has in store for us, from the top of the world to out of the world. That means you are having a great time in this world, and then one day, one not so fine day, one leaves the body and then goes back to animal species. Imagine someone is in the palace, but he's very attached to the palace. So next day he will be born, but as a rat in the same palace. So is it a great progress? So one should know human life should be led with a sense of purpose. And that is very important challenge to take up in human life. That let me see that I live a good life. Don't degrade myself with degrading activities like smoking, drinking and all. Let me lead a human life as a sane person, and then also utilize it to prepare for the next. Prepare for the next. So prepare for the next means let me evolve my consciousness in such a way that the Vaikuntha Vasis will come. They will come in a plane and take me back to God. So how many of you know that in Pune, you're going to come to Pune, right? If you're going to come to Pune,
Yes,
near Pune, there is one place called Dehu. And here the Vaikuntha airline came 500 years back. Vaikuntha airline came and took Tukaram Maharaj. And that place is still there. And that time, Wilbur Wright, the Wright brothers had not made any plane. So plane was not coming from some material world, because there was no plane in this world. 500 years back, there was no plane in this world, according to the modern idea. But the plane came from Vaikuntha planets and took Tukaram Maharaj. And he said, Ami chato amcha gawa, I am going back to my own village. Amcha Rama Rama Ghyava, please chant the holy names of Lord Rama. So he was saying to all his villagers that, see, my plane has come, I'm going, bye-bye. So he did his duties for this world, but he also prepared his consciousness. When you come to Pune, he'll take you there if Mukund Muraipu desires. You would like to see that place where the plane came?
Sure, bro.
Yes, sure.
Hope to get that plane for all of us. Please recommend.
So actually it's real. It's real. The plane comes. Dhruv Maharaj also got a Vaikuntha airline to take him back to Godhead. And when he was going back to Godhead, he just desired that my mother should also go. And then they showed. You want to do the best service to your parents, best service to yourself, best service to the world. This is the one. That you make your life a very auspicious one. This life becomes the best and you make preparation for the next in such a way that this life will be the one from where you get a Vaikuntha airline to go back to the eternal world where you can enjoy eternally with Krishna. Like you enjoy summer vacations. You like summer vacations? Huh?
Yes.
Enjoyment unlimited. Sometimes people say, no, happiness should be sometimes sadness also. Otherwise, how will you enjoy happiness? No, sir, this is all consolation prizes people give. Actually, we want eternal happiness. Because in summer vacation, how many of you forget doing homework till the last day of the summer vacation? Huh? Apna to aise kaisa. What about you? Huh? Last day you remember, mummy, bahut homework hai. No, there is a lot of homework now. Summer vacation ended. No, So because we are having such a gala time, we go into timelessness. We feel so so happy. Unlimited time of it, in eternal happiness. There is no break to the summer vacation. There is no homework. Just enjoy. So if you want to have eternal summer vacation, that is there in spiritual world. And the summer is also very pleasurable. It is not very hot also, like the summer vacations of this world. So for that, we have to make some effort to go back to Godhead. Uska Vaikuntha airline, that Vaikuntha airline is what Prahlad Maharaj is recommending, Dhruv Maharaj is recommending. So let's make that happen. So to summarize, we shared about we should do something wonderful in this world, which benefits others, benefits myself, and it should not be detrimental to us. And this is the special privilege of human life. Animals cannot do it. And if we try to do something else, which is more degrading, then it's worse than animals. Animals live a normal life of this world, but they don't destroy this world. But humans have a special privilege to change this world, but they mess up with this world. So let us do something constructive. In doing constructive, well, Chanakya said, do something which is eternal. Do something which is aligned with the truth. Not like Alexander, who laments at the end of life, and then he feels like I wasted my life. So let us do something eternal. So that is what Prahlad also shares, that human life is special, it is temporary, it is rare, and it is going to give us something very valuable, which is eternal life. So let us evolve our consciousness along with practicing some nice habits in this life so as to make best out of human life, to go back to Godhead and take as many as we can along with us. And that's what Srila Prabhupada wanted us to do in our life. Thank you. So any questions I can have for a few minutes, maybe, if your time permits.
Sure. Boys, chance for you to ask questions.
Prabhu, when we come to Pune, will we be able to meet you, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, I will be there to welcome you. You don't have to just meet me. I will be here to welcome you. I'm very grateful that you're all coming to hear Radha Vrindavan Chandra. They will be very happy as servants of Radha Vrindavan Chandra. They are looking forward to see you all here. Radha Vrindavan Chandra are waiting for you, and we are his servants. Yes, Prabhu.
These boys are all very excited for this trip, Prabhuji, to take all your associations.
Hari, you will get great joy. Here, there is every day is a festival. Every day morning program, we have great Guru Puja, just dancing up and down. Like it's like amazing. You will be ecstatic. I guarantee you, satisfaction guaranteed. Just
Thank you so much, Jai. Thank you so much, Prabhu, again for your wonderful association, and you're so fortunate to get all the boys, and I hope all the boys also are very blissful to hearing to you, very attentive. Thank you so much. So
you can repair any damage if I made in my statements. I am immature in my understanding of the boys' mind, and I hope that they are happy and they are benefited. Finally, our goal is to serve.
Definitely, bro. They are very happy about that. So yeah. So next week plan is what, Prabhu?
Actually, Radhesham Prabhu is coming on 13 June. So till then, we will be continuing, Prabhu.
Okay.
I will talk to Madhav Seva Prabhu.
Okay.
Madhav Seva Prabhu is having a camp for Gurukul till this weekend. So after that, he may also be able to take. I will check with him between us.
Sure. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Jai.
Prabhu.
Thank you for your email, all the information. I'm working on it, Prabhu, and I'll keep you updated. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you all. Very nice
Jai.
students. You are so attentive. It's so pleasurable to be with you all. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Mancha kalpadrupesya kripa sindhu.